yeah, I started a blog, and I've been writing every day. But surprisingly, writing a journal takes about an hour or two for me. Like if I sit down and if I try to organize my thought into a cohesive something, it takes 2 hours. So yeah,
It'll probably get better as you go, but
I hope
dude,
so.
Instagram posts takes like half an hour each.
I mean, I'm
You
trying
gotta
to.
write your shit. You gotta fucking hashtag, and you gotta
Really, I never done hashtag in my
include
life.
some motherfucker in it, and it's like before you know, it's like half an hour later.
I don't have the art of hashtagging because I never done it. But I should.
Yeah, I didn't figure it out until a few months ago.
I gotta put some Instagram thing to back to you. Do you do hashtag you or just I could mention your name, right?
Yeah, I think you can mention at someone's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm planning to do it like private tonight when I get the pictures. But yeah, so my actual goal of 2022 is to work out only twice a day, which is I haven't been able to do it because I'm still working out 3 times a day. But and spend that hour to
It's an interesting problem
to work out. Yeah, to work out into something creative. So I started journaling, and I'm hoping this journaling every day grows into more fiction writing, then maybe game making as well. That's what I'm.
Oh, back into the game making.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. But my creativity has dried up, right? So that's what I'm trying to foster it by just writing about my day and interesting events and so on.
How long have you been doing that?
Since January 1st.
Oh, cool.
Only January 1st, so it's
Yeah.
been only what, 12 days, right? Yeah, 11 days. Yeah, but that's what I've been doing since the New Year's. Well, I know Ricky is against New Year's resolution but you know Ricky was right because I was thinking for New Year's resolution I'm planning this year saying if you want to do something why don't you do it now? It's like 100% right.
Yeah, I just if I sit down and I just think about it and I notice something's wrong, I either sit on it again and not do anything, or it's just like, okay, fuck, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Right? Just, okay, what's the problem? How can I fix it now? Or how can I lead up to fixing it? You know, okay, start a calendar, write down what you did, you know, or write down what you want to do, or both, and then stick to it.
Yeah. So
So I didn't wait till the New Year's for that. That's like,
But New Year's traditionally great time to plan such things. You know, every gym's filled in New January, especially, and things like that. And if there's any tool or any extra motivation you can use, why not a calendar New Year, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
if it works, why not?
yeah. Or do you have a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's basically getting things done that I've already started. So, you know, I want to.
Do you have a timeline or schedule?
I haven't set a timeline except for this year for sure, but
Well, you
you know,
better because
yeah.
it's already January 15th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Well, my approach is different now. I mean, I spent a lot of things time doing things in the past year, which I'm happy with. It's more personal growth because you know, again, you know, like I talk about always, you know, dealing with not just the symptom but the root. So I deal with the root, which is me. So I've done a lot of personal work on myself in the past year, which I'm happy with, and now I have all the tools and everything, you know, that I know are, you know, what I need to use in order to, you know, accomplish my other goals. And now it's just being more focused and driven for that in 2022. Yeah. You know.
Well, it's still a bit vague, but I mean, who am I to say what's vague and what's concrete? But
Yeah, no, well, you know, I mean, for me, it's. I mean, I spent a lot of time last year, like, you know, trying to kind of develop myself, right? So that way I can help other people better. And so I spent a lot of time doing that, and also I think I spent a lot of time kind of being, I guess, more unfocused, right? And so now that I'm focused and I'm more sure about me, more sure about where I want to go and the things I want to do and what my motivating factors are, that's the big thing. So that will make the shift for me, right? Even though it's not, you know, I mean, the concrete plans, I get it, and I agree with you. Like, you know, I will start to make concrete plans, you know, specific steps and timelines for it. But though, you know, those will come, right? But yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time kind of just going with the flow last year, and you know, wherever my little rabbit brain kind of wanted to go, then I deep dive into all kinds of like nutrition and
The rabbit holes of the internet.
Yeah. So I just kind of let myself flow, and I didn't like hold myself to any particular thing last year, and I just kind of opened everything up. So like I think I told you guys about that last session or whatever.
My experience tells me unless you really schedule and give at least some time limit to it, it becomes so-called infinite goal where you intend to do it, but you never get around to do it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
well, yeah. I mean, I think the difference.
January 1st, you do things.
Yeah. I think the difference for me is that last year I kind of just let myself flow, whereas this year I'm like, no, I realize I have all the. That was the thing I was saying, is that, I kind of opened up all the different doors of opportunity and strategies and stuff that I wanted to learn, and kind of connected with all these different people online that that have all the knowledge and strategies of where I'd like to go, right? And so now all those doors are open. I realize that now I probably have too many tools, right? So now I'm not focusing on like opening, having all the tools. Now I realize I have all the tools, and now it's just time to start using all the tools and getting something constructive done, right?
Yeah, I think sometimes you need to edit out stuff. You gather what you need, and you start thinning stuff out, and you try to figure out what's important and what's useful.
Yes.
Yeah, good point.
And how do you use it to the fullest advantage? Things like with me in writing, right? I'll come up with a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff to build a big giant picture, but when you tell a story, you can't use everything, right? It's too much. You got to thin it out, and
it's the opposite problem I have. I gotta squeeze non-existing creativity, just squeeze any tiny thing out just to produce something. You have opposite problem where you produce too much.
It sounds like you're constipated.
Yeah.
You're just like squeezing.
No, it's even worse than constipation. Like when you see a blank page and you have like nothing.
Yeah.
But you want it. That's when.
Yeah. See, this is where last year for me, I just wherever my creative flow went, I was like, I want to learn this. I just researched all of that and went down the rabbit hole. Another day, I'm like, I want to learn this. Boom, I will open the door.
That's feeding the input.
Yeah.
And then, just going through the process of thinning out what's meaningful to you and finding your story or what you want to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I find if you're starving yourself of input, you don't get creativity because you're just not exposing yourself to things, feelings, and connection and meaning.
Are you talking about input? You mean watching other movies and stuff like that?
Everything. Like I remember I gave a speech to some of my classmates, younger classmates. I was studying jewelry back then, right? And then my design teacher chose me and two other girls to talk to the newer students, and we're talking about the creative process, which is it's different from writing. It's like jewelry is visual, right? So what we do is we start with a drawing, then we elaborate, and we just keep doing iterations of it, adding different things to it, making something longer or darker or adding more elements to it, and then we just start abstractly, right? And then people ask me like, where did your creativity come from? I'm like, sometimes you just toss yourself a curveball, okay, I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that, but you know what? I haven't had McDonald's strawberry ice cream for a while. I'm just gonna go have a strawberry ice cream. I have it, and then suddenly that ice cream just makes me feel. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck it is visually, but it just made me feel. I'm like, I just okay, I'll just fucking add it in, and then there's something different. Just every
genius.
Every little input.
Yeah.
Well, just imagine your mind as just a table full of marbles. Every little bit of energy you add, anywhere, it'll change the table drastically, right? If it's not the whole thing will change, but maybe something will add just a little bit of difference to it that'll just change something enough to be like, okay, that's it. I was looking for that. You know, sometimes I have a story in my head, it doesn't work, but you know what? And I get in an argument with something, that little bit of anger just pushed me over. I'm like, yeah, that's the motherfucker that should be the bad guy in my thing. And it works,
Wow.
right? It's like when you have the story in your head, the story is trying to tell itself, right? I'm telling a story about, this and that, and, you know, my brain is always in the background trying to fill in the spaces, right? It's just looking for shit to fucking plug up the holes. And when you're open your life to that, and you're open to all the inputs, your brain starts making connections, right? All that anger, it fits here, right? That little bit of, kindness you saw some guy give to a dog on the street, it fits here, you know?
Oh, wow.
And then suddenly, cold gust of wind comes, and like, the mood fits here, right? And then, I don't know, something happens and the whole thing turns around, and you're like, fuck, there it is. All of it, It's just, you gotta let your subconscious do the work, right? If you just keep thinking about it consciously, it won't come to you. So just just pretend your brain is a big computer. Just set aside 10% of it, just to let it do what it wants, right? And it'll do what it wants.
So you kind of let your ideas and thoughts flow, and then eventually things fall into place.
Just let it be itself. Just don't block it out. But every so often, if you're thinking about sex, okay, just put that aside. Just think about, you're Superman. You're looking for sex or something, or just your brain has this way of just doing it without you consciously wanting to do it.
Yeah, I think when you kind of let your brain free, sometimes it's better for creative flow. Like and especially for me, I think when I'm going to bed at night, then
it talks to you.
Yeah, like I kind of have questions or things that I want to digest and work on, and then I go into sleep thinking those things, and then answers either come during the sleep or during when I get up to the washroom.
During the sleep, really?
Yeah. Or maybe a
the
week
thing
later.
is, your brain is kind of I don't know what you believe. Like, I mean, it could be like just the computer and it's cleaning itself out at night, and things but it's like a computer. And some people also believe that you're kind of connected to the the infinite universe at night,
the ether or some shit.
Yeah, and then you ask the universe for whatever, or your brain to work out something, and it comes up with answers. It's a beautiful thing.
I gotta go see this Northern Light then.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
You do. You just close your eyes. You'll see a lot of stuff.
No.
That's why people say, like, when you go into sensory deprivation chambers, you start hallucinating, right?
No, what I mean is actually make the trip to Northern Ontario to see that aurora. That's what I mean.
I don't know. I might give you some ideas.
That's right. Like
Yeah, definitely.
Input. Yeah.
I think that also helps too, right? When you change your own scenery, you go change, because the thing is, you're automatically affected by the stimulation of wherever you're at, and it'll change the way you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get ideas out there that you wouldn't get, like playing whatever computer games.
No, this is your creative process fascinates me because
Just be a kid. Just be a kid.
Yeah, I mean it's really totally different from my own
Okay.
process. But then again,
Like, I had this dumb idea in Hong Kong.
your
I was
ideas are
living-
usually very good.
I was living in this village in Hong Kong, this overbuilt village, right? And the buildings are just crowded together in this twisty road, and it just felt like, where's the logic and everything, right? And I'd imagine myself walking into hell. The farther I walked, the more weirder it got, because when I got off the bus, you entered the village, everything was kind of like nice, and then further in, the roads got twisted, and the further in you go, you see like concrete houses made out of slabs. And I would just imagine myself holding my umbrella and just, all right, I'm walking into hell. And I came up with this idea, right? I just wrote a whole action series behind it. It's called Hell Raiders.
Okay.
It's about this old guy who takes people into hell for tours, and they get to shoot up monsters, right? I have a storyboard, animatic. It's kind of fun. Maybe you should watch it. But it's just ideas like that. It's just just you having fun with it.
No,
It's just the weird. It's just a fucking weird environment I was in that just gives me
you hear it,
ideas.
it's like not everyone can do that.
No, just be a kid about it. Just be a kid about it.
Dude, what you have is a gift. The gift of storytelling or imagination. You kept it.
Yeah.
You think being a kid is simple or easy. Not for me, who's responsible.
That's only because
working a job, yeah.
practicing, kind of
Other
not
things.
listening to that kid anymore.
But
Yeah.
that's what I said. You went the adult Asian route. You know, you have a house and you got married, and you know
Yeah, well,
that's the
Yeah,
life.
most people do that, right? Like as they grow up to be an adult, and they're following their parents or their teachers or whatever, and they're like, you have to be more mature and blah blah blah, and then you start cutting off that creative kind of flow, right? Yeah, it's true.
yeah, and I cannot even if I was a kid, even when I was a kid, my imagination wasn't running wild like yours. I think
Because he's
yeah.
well practiced, he never
No,
let it stop.
I think the whole area of interest is different because he's telling fascinating scenes and stories, right? I was always into those dealing with delicate emotions of delicacy of fine art, poetry, or fine art literature. That's what I wanted to craft myself, right? So I always envy storytellers because they say there's two kinds of writers. One is the storyteller, which is the best kind, and second is the just have a theme and just retell the same theme again and again, like John Arvin. All his books, it's all the same stories.
Well, storytellers kind of copy each other too, right?
No, the thing is the storyteller. I wish I was a storyteller in a way that you are trying to tell an entertaining, cohesive story, right? And I think I wish I had that talent in me, which I don't. I just none of my writing will be ever read by English viewers per se, but I always deal with mundane stuff and delicate emotions. So
Well, it has an audience.
yeah, it has its own places, but very small niche, I gotta say. But I enjoy it. That's what I do, right? But my problem is that, yeah, I am like having writer's block all the time, and what can I say? That's why I'm journaling, just to have this kind of flow of just
Just try not to
writing
write.
again. Yeah.
Just try not to write. Just like Brian said.
No,
just,
you cannot do it because you know what? If you don't write, you forget the words.
Yeah, I've lost a lot
Yeah.
of my vocabulary
Yeah.
in English and in Cantonese.
Yeah.
And it's
Seriously.
like, because of pandemic, you don't talk a lot, right?
Not only that, when I was when I was 12 or 13, I was seriously not encyclopedic, but I was looking at dictionary. I knew a lot of words.
Yeah, because back then we actually looked at the dictionary.
Yeah. Now
Now
I'm looking up in dictionary all the time.
Now it's like LOL, right? Like it's like we
Yeah.
don't need the dictionary.
I forgot so many words. It's unbelievable that I mean, the reason is that because when I came to Canada, I became English immersed, so I lost Korean naturally. But oh man, that finer nuances that I forgot. That oh my god, I lost a precious gift there as well. The point is, yes, you gotta hone your talent all the time. You gotta practice it.
Oh, yeah,
you gotta
definitely.
write
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
You gotta write all the time. You gotta make film all the time. You gotta. I'm not sure how your creative process is related
Always
to.
just
Yeah.
keep working on personal
Yeah, yeah.
development, getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I realize now is that it's a lifelong thing for me. Like every day I make new distinctions. Every day I go to bed the same way. I think about whatever my thought of the day is that I want to lean into, and then I go into that.
Yeah.
You know,
the same
I
thing.
fall asleep with that.
Same thing with muscle entropy.
With what?
Muscle entropy. You lose muscle naturally because
Yeah.
you don't use them.
Yeah.
You gotta just use them just to keep it up.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
improve, yeah.
this is one of the blessings I think of COVID, right? Is I've had time to really lean into my own personal development and open all these doors that I've been telling you about, right? Because the thing is, I think when you are living the normal rat race of life, which I was doing, and that's why I couldn't get off of it. Like I was like, okay, I want to stop this career. Like I'm bored and I'm done and I want to move. But it's like because you do this all the time that you're so well practiced at staying on this track that you can't even get off if you want to, right? And now that I'm off this track and everything is I don't want to lose it. I'm afraid to go back to like
Yeah.
where you're at, where you know you have writer's block. I don't want to be where I'm like,
dude, this
you know,
comfort.
yeah. So you know, this is like everything that I do, and that's you know why also I've been able to kind of become like 95% vegan and all this stuff, and eliminate all these things, because everything I make it a part of my practice every day, so that I not only can make the change, but also maintain it, right? Because it's difficult. It's difficult to create habits.